The piece Wabugisnacht is a chamber music composed for woodwind quintet. This piece is inspired by the painting Wabugi's Night by Paul Klee. The painting depicts the feast of Saint Wabuga, where the evil spirit and the witches meet and celebrate together. Klee drew this painting in the year between 1933 and 1940 to share his anxiousness to the Nazi regime in Germany, where the evil spirit and the witches in the painting represents the Nazi regime. Various extended techniques are introduced in this piece include multiphonics, microtones, bisbee-glissando, and etc. to exemplify the horror and anxiousness depicted by the painting. The Wabugisnacht is made up of 5 sections: the introduction, the procession of the evil spirit, the dance of the witches, the funeral march, and sunrise, hymn of peace. Each of these sections depicts different scenes in the feast. The introduction begins with random key slaps by the oboe, flute, clarinet, and bassoon, which mimic the sound of raindrops. The multiphonics played by the clarinet and the bisbee-glissando played by the bassoon are then joined in to imitate the noise of thunder and to convey a mysterious feeling to the audience. The second section, the procession of the evil spirit, begins with a Dies Irae chant which depicts the evil spirit on the painting processing to the center of the feast. Each of the evil spirits is represented by motifs played by different instruments. The next section, the Dance of Witches, marks the beginning of the feast, where the witches and the evil spirit celebrate and dancing together. Instead of using simple or compound time signatures such as 3/4 or 9/8, an irregular time signature 10/8 is introduced here in order to demonstrate this is not an ordinary dance. Tritone and semitone intervals are largely used in this section in order to exemplify the terror of the feast. Followed immediately is the funeral march, where this section expresses the sorrow of the dead who are killed by the witches and the evil spirits in the painting, and people who died under the Nazi regime in the 1930s and 40s. The last section, Sunrise, Hymn of Peace, marks the end of the feast. The hymn-like melody is based on a Japanese folk tune called Heiwa no Kana, which brings the message of joy and peace as the witches and the evil spirits are vanished and to celebrate the end of world wars followed by the fall of the totalitarian regime. In fact, this chamber work incorporates various composing techniques taught in Term 1. For example, melodic inversion. The motifs between measure 8 to 13 and measure 34 are based on the following melodic scale and transform it through transposition, inversion, retrograde, and etc. The second technique used is advanced harmonic procedures. The chords played in measure 8 to 13 are based on the following chord and transform it through transposition, rotation, and inversion.